Hey Uchimura Cox and Baker Bolt classes, welcome back to another Maths Home Learning session. This is session number 2 and we're going to be thinking about addition again. Just like in yesterday's session, you're going to need 100 square that you can find inside your green learning book, some counting objects. I used pasta yesterday and I'm going to use pasta again today, but you can use any other small objects that are easily moved and that you have at least 20 of. You're going to need some paper, your learning book or a whiteboard, and you're going to need something to write with, so a pencil, pen or whiteboard pen. Let's start our session by counting. Remember, we start on the green number and count until we reach the red number. Let's do the first one together, but then I think you can do the rest by yourselves. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well done if you counted with me from 3 to 12. This time you can count by yourselves. Count from the number in the green square and end when you reach the number in the red square. Fantastic! Well done if you counted from the number 6 in the green square until you reach the number 22 in the red square. That time you should have counted from the number 5 and stopped when you reached the number 17. Remember adults, if your child is finding this a bit difficult, you can count with them and point to the number each time you count. Okay, so the red square is first, which means we're going to be counting backwards. You're going to count backwards from the number 9, which is in the green square, until you reach the number 3 inside the red square. Well done. Some more counting backwards. This time you're going to start with the number in the green square, which is, that's right, 17, and stop when you reach the number that's in the red square, which is, yes, it's the number 4. You're going to count backwards from 17 until you get to 4. Brilliant, great counting everybody. Let's count in tens. The green number comes first, so we're going to start with the number 20 and count until we get to the number 90. I'm going to finish our counting by counting backwards. What's that 3-digit number in the green square? That's right, it's 100. Let's count from 100 and stop when we reach 30. Remember, we're counting backwards and we're counting in tens. I think you can do this one by yourself or with your adult at home if you need some help. Brilliant! You should have counted from 100 and stopped when you got to 30. Yesterday, we started thinking about addition by combining two groups. I used pasta and you might have used pasta or other objects at home. Let's just recap what we did in yesterday's session. Okay, so in group 1 I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of pasta. And in group 2 I have 1, 2 pieces of pasta. I have 5 in group 1 and 2 in group 2. I want to know how many pieces of pasta I have all together, so I'm going to need to combine the two groups and count them all to find the answer. I'm adding, so I'm going to use the addition symbol. Can you do this with your counting objects or pasta at home? Record this using a number sentence. I had 5 pieces of pasta in my first group and 2 pieces of pasta in my second group. 5 add 2. I need that other mathematical symbol that we use when we're recording our addition sentences. That's right, I need to use the equals symbol. 5 add 2 equals 7. Well done if you were able to do that with me at home. Today we're going to think about solving other addition problems. We're going to see if we can find all the ways to make different numbers. Can you find all the ways to make 7, 9 and 11? Adults, I've colour-coded the numbers, and so begin with the number 7, which is green, and work through until you reach the number 11, which is red. If your child is finding this difficult, you can stop whenever you feel it's appropriate. Okay, so here's an example of what I would like you to do at home. Can you find all the ways to make 7? Here's my number 7. Get all your pieces of pasta or your counting objects ready and make sure that you have 7 in your group. I'm now going to divide these into 2 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3. I've got 7 pieces of pasta all together, but I've split them into 2 groups. In the first group I have 4 pieces of pasta, and in the second group I have how many pieces of pasta? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I have 3 pieces. 4 add 3 equals 7. Now I'm going to put all of my pasta back into one group and see if I can find a different way to make 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 1. I have 6 pieces of pasta in my first group, 1 piece of pasta in my second group. 6 add 1 equals 7. Let's try one more way of making 7. I've got all my pieces of pasta in one group, and I'm going to split them so that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of pasta in my first group and 1, 2 pieces of pasta in my second group. 5 add 2 equals 7. Can you find any other ways of making 7? Great! Maybe you can ask your adults to record them in your learning book or on your whiteboard or paper. I think you're ready now to solve some of these problems by yourself. Remember, the first thing I'd like you to do is find all the ways of making 7, 9 or 11. If you'd like an extra challenge, you could try only using odd numbers, using 4 numbers each time, or writing number sentences for each idea. Adults, remember, it isn't necessary for children to record their answers using number sentences, but lots of children are starting to be ready to try this themselves. You could pause the video now and come back at the end so we can reflect on our learning. How do you feel about your learning today? If you're feeling positive and you know how to combine 2 groups of objects and you thought it was possible to find different ways to make 7, 9 or 11, put your thumbs up. If it was tricky, but you know what you need to do to improve, then put your thumb in the middle. And if it was really tricky and you don't know how to do better by yourself, then give me a thumbs down. Adults, it's really useful if you give me some feedback about how your child did today. Have a great day, Uchimura Cox and Baker Bolt classes, and I'll talk to you again soon.